Aces are high. Deuces are low. If you win, it's ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas to you all from Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
And how are you? Hello there. Welcome to Card Sharks. Thank you very much. I thank you. And in keeping with the spirit of the season, we thank John Baden Thompson of Whitman, Massachusetts for that opening poem. We have a fine champion who has already won $14,050. And as we left off, he won again. He's going for the big money right now. Let's bring out Jorge Blum. Hello, Jorge. Good to see you.
Good to be back here once more.
Yes, and boy, every time I see you, you're going for big money again. You are a sensational player from Caracas, Venezuela. Were you a good game player when you lived in Caracas?
I always lost my games down there. I was really bad at it. My friends would always beat me playing poker. Lost
Really?
something like $2 my whole life.
I always lose when I play poker, too.
I never bet more than a penny at a time, though.
Yeah, well, you're doing very well here, and are you ready to go for the big money once again? Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on, Jorge. I hope you're going to clean up again. And as you know, the money cards all shuffled and cut. We give you $200 in betting money on the bottom line and 3 cards to bet as you will. Move up to the second level, we'll give you another $200 in betting money and 3 more cards. Your minimum bet's, of course, $50 until you get to the top card, the big bet, and there you must bet at least half the money. Good luck. Here's $200. Let's find out what you're going to start off with as a base card. Your base card is an 8. And of course you can change it if you'd like.
Change that 8.
You can change it, and you must play this one. It is a 5.
Much better, much better. I'm going to bet $100 going to be higher the next one.
Half the money.
Yeah,
$100
half the money.
higher than a 5. Yes!
Yes!
King.
And I'm going to bet all of it that's going to be lower. All of it.
$300 lower than a king. It is a 9.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm going to bet $200 going to be lower this time.
Big bet on that 9. $200 lower than a 9. Another 9. It is not lower, down to $400, but we'll give you the other $200 of betting money when you move up here. You're back up to $600, and you can change that 9 if you like.
Yes, I'm going to change that 9.
And let's see what you get this time.
Come on. Oh,
yes.
$600 is going to be higher than that.
$600 higher than a 2. It is
fantastic,
a 4. Still a good card.
Fantastic. And let's go for $600 higher. $600 higher.
$600 higher than a 4. Yes.
Yeah.
$1,800 and a jack.
Wow. $1,000 lower than a jack. $1,000 is a big bet.
$1,000 lower than that jack. It is. 2,800 and a 10. And again, your decision whether you want to play it or change it.
I'm going to change the 10. Change the 10.
Big change, because you've got a lot of betting money there. For the big bet, you must play.
A
7.
Well.
Got to bet 1,400. You could bet more.
1,400 is going to be higher than that. 1,400.
Half the money.
Yeah, half the money.
$1,400 that this card is higher than a 7. Yes! $4,200.
4,200.
And once again, you play him so well, Jorge. Come on down here. You do play those cards. Jorge Blum has now won $18,250 in cash. And we'll meet a new challenger right after this commercial break. Congratulations. Good job. 18,000.
This work.
Okay, Jorge, time to defend the title. We're going to open the board and get to the cards. Go ahead. And Janice and Marky will start loading in the cards while we meet a new player on Card Sharks. Philip Spencer. Hello, Philip.
Hi, Jim.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Won't you tell us a little about yourself, sir?
Okay, Jim. I came here about 2 years ago from Scotland, although I'm originally from England. And I gave up a trip to go back home for Christmas just to be on the show.
Well, that's very nice. Very nice. You are from Scotland.
Well, no, I was born in England, but I lived in Scotland for the last 10 years.
I see you're from England, and Jorge is from Venezuela, and welcome to the United Nations. It's good to have you here with us, Phil. You've cut the cards?
Yes.
Then we're all set to go. Good luck to you. And each player has a deck of 52 playing cards, and of course they're shuffled. The players cut them. Jorge, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red deck. Philip, the challenger, plays the lower deck, the blue deck. And we start the best 2 out of 3 with a question to you, Jorge. We asked 100 married men, who would you rather put a muzzle on, your dog or your wife? How many married men said they'd rather put a muzzle on their wife?
Oh, that would be really mean, you know. Really, really mean. I don't think there will be that many people do that. It's a really, really low number. I would go for about 35.
35, that's a really low number, huh?
Yeah.
35 would put a muzzle on their wife, Philip. Higher or lower?
Well, I don't know. I know a few guys that would like to put a muzzle on their wife, but not really. I think really when it comes down to it, they really like their wife, and I think it's going to be lower.
Lower than that?
Yeah.
Well, if it is lower, Philip, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Jorge. And the actual number of married men who would rather put a muzzle on their wife is 50. Not lower, Jorge. Oh, if their wives ever found out. Jorge, you're starting out with a 6.
I want to change that 6.
Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change it to a 9. Not a good change. Have to play that.
Okay, I'm going to play it, and the next one's going to be lower than a 9. Yeah.
Lower than a 9. Yes,
Yahoo!
Nate.
And I freeze right there. I freeze.
We move the freeze bar over, and we can't take those cards away, and that keeps Philip away from his cards. Philip, your first question. Philip, we asked 100 people, when you were a kid, did you ever open a Christmas present early and then rewrap it so your parents wouldn't know that you'd peeked?
Oh, boy.
How many people said they had?
They have? How many people? Oh, well, I know I used to do it. Really. I used to wait until they were asleep when they thought I was asleep, and then I'd go down and rewrap it. So I would say it was a very high number, probably around about 82.
82.
I disagree with you.
Huh?
Because I did open my gift, but I never rewrapped them again, you see. I was too lazy to rewrap my gift, so I simply opened and left it that way. So it's going to be lower than that.
So you say lower,
Yeah.
primarily because of the rewrapping,
Of
huh?
course.
I hope we're not
Kid
giving any
rewrapping the
youngsters
gift.
out there any terrific ideas. Keep the presents. Wait till Christmas. You say lower. The actual number of people who opened a Christmas present early and rewrapped it is 62. You're right, Jorge. It's lower. Yes. Do you want-
Okay. I want to change that 8.
Next card off the top of the deck is a 6.
G.
Sticking around those middle cards.
Play and higher.
Higher than a 6. Yes, it does.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm going to play once more. I'm going to say it's lower. It's going to be lower than a J.
Lower than a jack. It is an 8.
I freeze. Freeze for the 8.
Jorge needs 1 card for the first game of the match. Jorge, we found 100 women who have 10 or more children and asked them right now, are there soggy towels on your bathroom floor? How many of those women said yes?
Family of 4 in my case, and quite a few bathrooms in the house and still soggy towels on the floor. Very high number. I would say at least 75.
75.
Yeah.
I hope with 10 children they have a lot of bathrooms in their house too.
Well, with 10 kids, I wondered if there's any room for any soggy towel. But I think it's going to be even higher than that. I know, even as an only child, I used to leave towels around.
So you say higher.
Higher.
The actual number of women with 10 or more children who had soggy towels on the bathroom floor is 33, not higher. Jorge. I suspect they probably get in the habit of cleaning up with that many youngsters. Jorge, you've got an 8.
Okay, I'm going to change that 8. Yeah.
Changing the 8 to... Oh, there.
Ha-ha! Let the audience play it for me this time.
You want the audience to call it, he said. Well, they said higher, so good luck, Jorge.
No
they said
way! I changed my mind.
for the first
It's going to
game
be
of the
lower.
match. Yes, it's lower. You got it. Isn't it amazing how cocky you got with an ace staring you in the face there? We'll set up for game 2, Janice, if you will. And Jorge, of course, has game 1 and $100. Philip, we start game 2. Same 2 decks of cards. These are the next cards off the top of the deck. Philip, we asked 100 women. Have you ever been gossiping about somebody only to turn around and find them standing right behind you? How many women said that's happened to them?
Well, I've seen it in offices before where women have actually done that, and their embarrassment was quite... I don't know. I don't know how many they would admit to actually doing that. So I'm going to go pretty low and say about 62.
That's pretty low.
Well, it's pretty low for the number of the
You call
two.
that
Oh, I
low?
see. 62 have looked behind them to find the person they're talking about right
Some
there.
of them even do it on purpose. Some of them even do it on purpose. It happens many times. You talk about somebody, make sure he's back there and he's listening to us.
Oh.
Yes. Sometimes I don't know how under which circumstances, but it happens. So I'm gonna call higher.
Higher than
Yes,
that?
higher.
Oh, well, I must tell you this story about Janice with... Oh, I'm sorry, Janice. You say higher. The actual number of women who have been gossiping about someone who was standing right behind them is 73. Jorge. Oh, my. Jorge, you got a 7.
Change the 7.
Changing the 7-2. A 4.
Much
Good
better,
change.
much better. It's gotta be higher this time.
Higher than a 4. Oh, no, it's... Well, Philip, a break for you. A free chance to play a 4.
Oh, we're going to higher, higher.
Higher than a 4. Yes,
Way,
a
way
queen.
higher. Lower.
Lower than a queen. It is a 3.
Way,
Higher than a 3. A 6.
Threes.
Raising it. Philip needs 1 card to tie up the match. And as Janice fills in the spaces, Jorge, we ask 100 Marines. For $5,000, United States Marines, would you pose nude for a Playgirl centerfold? How many Marines said they would?
They'd love to do it. Those guys have dirty minds, many of them, so I guess they really enjoy it. So it's going to be a high number. I would guess at least 85 of them would do it.
85 Marines would pose nude for Playgirl.
Well, I think it was about 74 as a chicken a couple of days ago. So it's going to be much higher for 5,000. Higher. still.
Higher. The actual number of Marines who would pose nude for a Playgirl centerfold is 80, not higher. You got it. It is not higher. Jorge, you need some catching up to do. You've got a 4.
I'm going to play the 4 once more. It's going to be higher. Yeah.
Higher than a 4. Okay.
I'm going to play it once more. I'm going to say it's higher.
Taking a risk higher than a 5. It is a 10.
Yahoo! I'm going to freeze for the 10.
Raising it. Jorge needs 2 cards. Philip needs 1 card. And this question goes to... Who gets this card? I believe this question goes to you, Jorge, if I'm not mistaken. No, it goes to Philip. Is it Philip's card question? Yes, thank you. Philip, we asked 100 lawyers. Some people think juvenile delinquents are treated too leniently. You've heard that. 100 lawyers, we asked. Well, when a 15-year-old commits a serious crime, should he be punished as severely as an adult? How many lawyers said a 15-year-old should be punished as severely as an adult?
Well, I don't think my own reasoning, and I don't see any reason why an attorney or a lawyer should think any differently. I think they should treat them less. So I'm going to say...
How many should treat them as severely as an adult is the question.
I'm going to go pretty low there and say 26.
He says 26 lawyers say a 15-year-old should be treated as severely as an adult, Jorge.
You see, I agree with him in a way, but it cannot be all that low. I cannot be. I have for the same reasons as he gave, I'd say it's a little bit higher than that. Just
Higher.
slightly higher, yeah.
And the actual number of lawyers who think a 15-year-old who commits a serious crime should be punished as severely as an adult is 49. It's higher, Jorge. Very interesting statistic that almost half of them felt indeed that they should. You've got a 10, Jorge.
I can change it, can I?
You can indeed change
I
it.
want to change a 10, yeah.
Yes, you won the question. You have the right to change it to a queen.
Fantastic, much better. I'm going to play the next one lower.
Lower than a queen. It is a 6.
Higher.
He's going to go for it to tie up the match higher than a 6. No! And you lose those 2 cards. And Philip with a 6, play this card.
It's going to be higher.
This will
Higher,
tie
Jim.
up the match higher than
Come
a
on,
6. It is an 8. And Philip has the game and ties up the match. Ace player with 1 game and $100 in the tiebreaker with just 3 cards up there right after we take time out for this.
That's 1-800-917-0652 or go to NutriChopper.com. Order now.
Jingle bells, Christmas on the way. Oh, what fun it is to take your Christmas cash away. Hey!
Merry Christmas from Buzzer.
And we're back to the World Series of Card Sharks. Our Venezuelan champion has one game at $100. The English champion has one game at $100. And we'll set up for the tiebreaker with just 3 cards up there and 3 questions here. And the first question goes to you, Jorge. We asked 100 high school teachers, have you ever found a thumbtack on your chair? How many teachers said yes, they have?
I was tempted to do that so many times, but I never had the guts to do it. I don't know if that many did. So it's going to be a low number. I say maybe 30 of those did it. 30 of the kids did, actually.
30. So 100 teachers have had it happen to them, huh?
Yeah.
He says 30, Philip. Higher or lower?
Well, I can tell you, I was one of the 30.
You did it, huh?
Really, yeah. I think it's going to be just a little bit higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see the answer on this. The actual number of teachers who found a thumbtack on their chair is 39. Philip, you're right, it's higher. That's the first time in your life that it paid off that you did a rotten thing, Philip, right?
Oh, I didn't get found out before either.
Philip, you're starting with a 2. Great card.
Higher, Jim,
Higher than a 2. It is a 7. Freezing it, and you need just that 1 card for the championship and a crack at the money cards. Philip, we asked 100 New York cab drivers. Has a man ever proposed marriage to a woman in your cab? How many cab drivers said a man has proposed marriage in their cab?
Marriage? I don't know. I've never been to New York, but I hear this.
As opposed to other proposals.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think it's probably, well, pretty middle of the road, say 28.
28 cab drivers have had someone propose to a woman in the cab.
I can't imagine New York, driving down Harlem, really romantic and nice, proposing marriage to a girl. I don't know. No way. It's going to be lower than that.
Lower than that? The actual number of cab drivers who said a man has proposed marriage to a woman in their cab is 11. It is low. And your base card, Jorge, is a 7.
Change it.
Winning the question, a big change. You have a 4.
It's better. Play it higher.
Higher than a 4. A king.
Lower than a king.
For the championship, lower than the king. Oh, no! Oh, no, an ace. And a big break for the challenger, Phil. You've got a 7. Call this card for the championship.
Higher, higher.
If this is higher, you are the new champion on Card Sharks for the win. Yes! Philip does it. Great match. And Jorge Blom, you're leaving us with $18,350. You're a fine champion.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with your studies.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. Philip, come on down here. Congratulations. Did you think you were going to beat him? He's going so well.
Yeah, I did.
You were confident.
No.
Phil has $200 for winning the match. He'll go for the big dollars right after we take time out for this commercial break.
Love.
Back with our champion, who has now gone from wearing a blue tag as a challenger to the red of the champion. You are now Philip the Red. I dubbed thee.
Thank you, Jim.
Let's go for the big money. You ready, Phil? Yep. Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on up there, Philip, if you will. And once again, the money cards all shuffled and cut. Janice will start dealing them out. And you know how we do it, Phil. There are 7 cards there. And if you can bet them double, get the right cards and have the courage to bet them that way, there is a total of $28,800 possible to be won up there with these money cards. Remember that big bet where you must bet at least half the money. Good luck.
Thank you,
And
Jim.
as in the game, you have a choice of 2 base cards to start with. And we will start you off with a 7. You got...
I'll change that, Jim. Change.
You have the $200 and a 7, and this base card you must play. A 6. Well, one better.
I'm going to go $100 higher, Jim. Higher.
And about half of it. $100 higher than that 6. Yes, the 10. $300.
I'll bet 150 lower.
Half the money, $150 lower than a 10. It is a 9. You're getting bad cards, but you're playing them well.
Okay, I'll bet 100 lower.
$100 lower than the 9. Oh, yes, there's a great card. With $550, we'll move up to 2 and give you the other $200 of betting money. $750, Phil.
The whole lot. Higher.
$750 higher than a 2. It is a 4. $1,500 and still a good card.
500 higher.
$500 higher than a 4. Yes, a 7. 2,000, and you're near the middle.
$400 higher.
There has to be a face card in there. $400 higher than a 7. No, a 4. But a good card with $1,600. Up goes the 4. Do you want to play that for the big bet?
I'm going to keep the card, Jim, and go with 1,000 higher.
$1,000 higher than a 4. Oh, no, another 4. Doggone it, but you didn't bust. You held back, so you finished with $600, and $200 in the game is $800, Phil. Good job. We'll be right back. Right now, we're going to take time out for a message of importance. Come on down, Phil. That's it, This, of course, is our last show before Christmas, and I would like to thank all the people at NBC and at Goodson Todman for making this the best Christmas for me and my family. I hope it's a great one for you. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.
A representative of the studio audience will receive Arabia of Finland's Ruska stoneware, safe for dishwasher, refrigerator, and oven, even microwave ovens. A Scandinavian design that's practical as well as beautiful, furnished by Arabia of Finland. And some of our contestants will receive High Karate, irresistible aftershave, cologne, handsome travel kits, and many other gift combinations. High Karate for the men in your life, and a gift certificate from Ben Franklin Stores. We carry national brands at prices you like. Discover Ben Franklin. We bring variety to life. And Prince Gardner matching leather accessories. Smartly styled for fashion-conscious men or women, a perfect gift, a fine name, Prince Gardner. And the 22-piece Master Mechanic multi-drive socket set from True Value Hardware Stores, who combine value and personal service in over 5,000 locations. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.